Conor Benn is beefing with Errol Spence Jr. I'm gonna tell you everything wrong with this.
Push the weight enough flex. The livest one in the section. Fit the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You ain't run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker change like a hoe. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Drew Titan Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. Well, I'm going to tell you everything wrong with this, but you could just look at the picture and already tell. All right, now it's no secret, what Conor Benn has done. And let's just be frank with it, all right? Let's just be frank. The atmosphere of boxing is horrible. It's been horrible. The fact that I'm still around even talking about this sport, it's a form of insanity, because this genuinely is genuinely a sport that doesn't show us appreciation with people like myself who support this thing. All I ever want from this thing is an honest sport. And I want the fights that make sense to happen. But you see, what makes sense to the fans do not make sense to the people that are running this damn thing. What makes sense to the people in business is their bottom line, their mortgage, their car notes, if any. How they can keep the circle of income coming to them and them only, with complete and total disregard to what the fans want. Because you know what? There's always a handful of fans that co-sign their fighters not fighting their competition that's right in front of them. That's everything wrong with this sport. And the people in charge mystify the whole process by telling you that their opponent, no matter how high ranked, whether they're mandatories, don't deserve it because they bring no money to the table. This is where we're at as supporters of the fan. These people have hijacked this sport and made it so hard. It's becoming harder each morning to get out of bed and even discuss this sport because it's disgusting. There's only a handful of fighters that I support now. With that being said, I wasn't checking for Conor Benn or Chris Eubanks. I was not. I was not amped about that fight. I did not care about it. I didn't disrespect it either. I just said, hey, man, I watched their fathers fight back in the day. Are they good? I don't know. I know Roy is training Eubanks. And, Conor Benn is Nigel Benn's son. So there's a domestic rivalry. Then I find out they're in two totally different weight classes. Now I'm thinking, okay, there goes that. But wait a minute. Benn hits the gym. Benn bulks up. I'm seeing pictures of him doing deadlifts with an insane amount of weight. And I'm saying to myself, what does deadlifts have to do with boxing training? You cannot muscle train and build muscle. There's a way to do it, but you can't train like a bodybuilder and a boxer at the same time. Those two trainers completely contradict one another. You have to pick one. And where he makes his living is in the ring. So why was he deadlifting like 400 or 500 pounds? You got me. I don't know. But I said there's something strange. But it's the UK. That's right, I said it. It's the UK. What else is new? And lo and behold, he pops dirty. Surprise, surprise, right? Who's surprised by that? Not me. And then I'm reading, oh my God, he must threw his career in the garbage. He may never fight again. I said, know what? This is boxing. What you mean? Give it about a year. People will forgive him. He'll be back in the ring. And people are going to act like this never happened. And he'll end up fighting Eubanks. It'll happen, just not on our time. And already, that fight has lost some steam. Why? Because Eubanks got in there with Beefy and got stopped. Go figure that, right? But I just wanted to give you a brief background and a bit of how I feel. But somehow, some way, I get a copy of a tweet, and I find out that Errol Spence Jr. is going back and forth with this cheater, because that's what he is. Make no mistake about it, that's what he is. That's what he is. And I see this tweet. Errol Spence Jr. drinks and paid two different things. Difference, me and you, I owned up to my ish. You would cheat just like your daddy. And that was him responding to, you've been talking to the most. I'm reading how it's written. And well, I am reinstated in the WBC. I'll have you next. You worry about handling your drink driving convictions, wanker. Well, this is really rich. Now, I'm going to tell you everything wrong. Number one, Mauricio Suleiman. He's reinstated by the WBC. Shocker. Mauricio Suleiman, the WBC. You know, the same guys that don't want to investigate floppy gloves from Tyson Fury, the supreme cheater himself. Oh, you don't want to go with that narrative? That's fine. It's not a narrative. It's actually true, but that's fine. You know, the WBC world champion that can't fly over here. But that's fine. You don't want to deal with that? That's fine. Because Mauricio Suleiman was also in bed with Daniel Kinahan. You want to go there? Fine. We don't have to go there. We don't have to go there. But Mauricio Suleiman, who told us that we were just bullying Alejandro Jimenez, when we said, you know what, okay, she's fighting Franchon Cruz DeZern, but why is Alejandra in there looking like a man? What's up with that? What's up with that, Mauricio? And all we asked was what she tested. He basically told us to shut up. We're just bullying her because she's gay. I said, where did that come from? We're asking what she tested. We don't care about her sexual preference, her lifestyle. We didn't say anything like that. He told us to shut up, mind our business. He stood by her. And what happened, family? The woman popped dirty. Surprise, surprise, right? I can go on and on about Mauricio Suleiman. Relationship with Daniel Kinahan. He told us to shut up about that too. He said, I'm not Interpol. I'm not the police. I'm judging them based off of what he does in the sport of boxing. Literally a week later, the U.S. issued a $5 million bounty on his head, basically. Okay? That Mauricio Suleiman, you're reinstated by the WBC. That's supposed to give us comfort. That's supposed to clear your name. Now, he still got some hills to climb with the BBBFC, whatever's going on over there, but I don't trust anything. But here's the thing. I don't know how this started with him going back and forth with Errol, but you know what, Conor? You need to shut the F up. You need to shut the F up. You and your eggs. You and your eggs. Shut up. Because no one believes you. At least over here, we don't believe you. I don't know who believes you over there. I don't believe it. Just like I ain't believe Canelo. Just like the world don't believe Big Baby Miller. No one believes anybody. But depending on who you are, what kind of fan base you are, people get, what type of fan base you have, people get passes. And what I don't like is how this guy gets to chit-chat with Errol, and now this is being mentioned as a fight. I don't know how serious it is, but you know what, Conor? Here's the thing. You haven't done anything in life to deserve a fight against the truth, Errol Spence. Even if you did, you're a cheat. You don't deserve it. You're a cheat. You don't deserve it. Stop it. You popped, you got caught. And I'm a stickler for this nonsense because I think when these fighters do this, they should be convicted of attempted murder. I don't care if they say, oh man, it's just a cardio drug to get more wind. I don't care. That second, third, fourth win that you get could be the second breath that'll take the last breath of your opponent. If you're a dirty fighter, you need to get out of the sport. If you can't hack it, get out of the sport. If the weight was too much for you, remain at your weight. And the fact that some people are looking past this and talking about this fight, Errol's a clean fighter. Prove me wrong. And if you prove me wrong, I'll give it to him too. This isn't football where you could run a little faster. This isn't basketball where you could jump a little higher and have more stamina. This isn't soccer. This isn't hockey. This is combat sports. With each passing moment, it's like every year, one or two of these guys are popping dirty. Oscar Valpez. Were y'all satisfied with his T excuse? Was you satisfied? I was not. He called him and his daddy a cheater. Y'all know what he's talking about. Look it up. The G-Man, when his dad fought the G-Man. Look it up. There's no way to prove it now, but go look at that fight. G-Man is damn near a vegetable now. Over that one night. The sport is dangerous as it is. He ain't cheat though, right? Dr. Ooze specializes in testosterone replacement therapy. Look who he's pictured with. Big Cheat himself with the Bruce Lee jogging suit. And who's right there? Conor Benn. Dr. Ooze said if you get caught cheating by whoever's providing the testing in the UK, you're dumb, or something to that effect, he said. Wow. Wow. Conor, I don't know what your financial situation is, but you know what? You should never work in this town again. And the last person you should be talking to and trying to set up a fight with is Errol the Truth Spence. Because the truth is, number one, he will bust your ass. He will obliterate you fast. He ain't gonna waste no time with you. He's gonna get you out of there and prove that you didn't belong in the same atmosphere, in the same realm, in the same dimension, in the same world as him. That's number one. Number two, you don't deserve no damn payday. That's what I mean by I don't know what your finances looking like. But you paid a lot of people. So now you gotta work. But don't come over here and try and eat off the American back. Yeah, I'm going there. Because every time I turn around, there's something happening in the UK. It's pop culture over there. Don't come over here and try and eat. We're dealing with enough over here. Who are you? What have you done? Nothing. So stay your ass over there with your eggs and have a nice day. And I don't mean that. Bronx on deck. Move!